this is Rochelle Blunt, aka Bling It Up, and I wanted to spend a few minutes today, I should say a little bit more than minutes, because I'll probably be on here for a little bit, just to come on and give you guys an update on where I am with selecting my samplers for September. So I've been thinking about this for a little bit. So 2 weeks out of the month I cross stitched.
So I hope you guys are ready for Kit Up. Sit back, relax as I take you through color selections. I hope you enjoy.
This color is Baked Apple, Chickpea, Havana, Crimson. Aren't they beautiful? I have a classic Colorworks Bramble Bush. Now these I have in plastic because I usually keep them in here until I'm ready to use them. I have Liquid Gold, Vanilla Custard, Pickled Okra. Now what's interesting is I don't remember these colors, so I'm going to take a look at the key. I kitted this one up or purchased a floss to kit this up a while back. Pickled Okra, Black Coffee, which is classic Colorworks, and let's see, another classic Colorworks, Cherry Cobbler. Looks like I have 2 skeins of Cherry Cobbler in here. Let's take a look. Yes, Cherry Cobbler. Okay, so let me take a look at the key. And the fabric that I'm going to be using is from Primrose Cottage. And it's a 28 count Mushroom Light Mocha Zweigart Lugana from Primrose Cottage.
So here I decided to speed things up as I finished kitting up. Here I pulled out a ring and I am gathering my floss. I am picking up all the classic Colorworks first, followed by the weak Skyworks, and I am making sure that I have cut all the thread properly so when I am ready to pull out one thread, everything is cut and it will pull off seamlessly. That's important for me because, oh my goodness, when you don't get one thread, it just screws up your actual floss. So again, with the fancy floss, I just pull through and I cut it so I am able to pull out one strand. So just sit back, relax as I finish kitting up.
let's grab one of these and see which one matches. I like when they match. So I think I'm going to do either the green one or the tan one. And I think I'll mix it up. I'll do green. There we go. Now, I'll get a little tag and put it on here, and I'll just put the name of the project on the tag. And because this is a Teresa Kogut, I am going to put it in a Teresa Kogut project bag. Teresa Kogut project bag by DotDot Goose. Love her stuff. Love it. All right, so there it is. So there is one of my samplers for September. Kit it up. All right, I will see you for the next one. Hello everyone, this is Rochelle Blunt, aka Bling It Up, and it is Saturday, August 23rd. Welcome in. For those that are new, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget, hit that like button, also subscribe and ring that bell so you will know every time that I post a video. For those that are returning, welcome back. So today is my last day of cross stitch. So I am trying to wrap up a few things that I had on my list of things to do during my 2 weeks of cross stitching. So I diamond paint for 2 weeks and I cross stitch for 2 weeks. And it works out better for me if I do it consecutively. So instead of every other week, I do diamond painting for 2 weeks and then I do cross stitch for 2 weeks. So I have been working on a few projects, which I will show you in the next segment, sort of my progress, where I am, and I do have a finish. It's a small one, but it's still a finish, but we'll talk about that in the next segment. So what I wanted to do today is, again, I feel like when I am in the mood to kit up, it is time to kit up. And I am prepping for Sampler September, and I'm pretty excited because I have been wanting to do a few samplers for a bit, but I said to myself, let me wait until Sampler September, only because I was working on a few other things and I wanted to kind of get those done, and they're small and these are a little bit bigger. These will probably take me longer, so I figured let me just move them over and I will start them in September. So now I just want to say a couple of things. I have determined that I am better when it comes to limited projects. When I have too many projects, I sort of get into this, what should I work on? And I wind up not working on anything. I'm one of those people that I'm very structured. So I'm going to call myself a structured crafter, if that is even a thing. But I am very structured, so I like to finish things. Meaning, I try to work on smaller projects so I can have a finish. And then I have a couple larger projects off to the side where I'm kind of like just picking up here and there. So I've, over the last couple of months, I have come to the conclusion that I do better with a few projects. So the whips that I have, what I've done is I have them in a bin, and I pull out 1 or 2 whips that I'm going to work on as I work on a project that I'm going to finish. Now, how does that impact my crafting time? I try to carve out a little bit of time to say, okay, I'm going to make some progress on 1 or 2 whips, not 4 whips. And I don't have a lot of whips because I haven't been cross stitching for a long time, but I do have enough. I have a few from the Jingle Ball of last year. I have a few samplers that I started last year. So what I've done is I have them in a rotation, meaning every month I try to pick up a different 1 or 2 that I'm going to work on and progress it to completion. So one completion that I do have this month is from the Jingle Ball, and it's #Joy from Hands on Design. And again, I'll show that in another segment. And it felt good to get that done. It's not fully finished, but it is finished. My plan on fully finishing, I have determined that every quarter I will spend 1 weekend on fully finishing a project. So we'll get to that in another segment. So now let's get back to this, because Sampler September, I am pretty, September Sampler, Sampler September. I'm pretty excited about the projects that I have, but I'm having a little bit of a dilemma. I said I'm only going to work on 2 new, no more than 3 new starts. So I already kitted one, and you guys saw that in the previous segment. Let me show that again. Here it is, and this is Teresa, Kogut, Hope and Love. Now, I kitted this one up in the last segment. So this one is ready to go. It is in a DotDot Goose bag with Teresa Kogut's fabric, which I thought was really fitting for this particular project. Now this project, if you look at Teresa Kogut's previous, or last, actually her last YouTube, where she's talking about Little Lincoln, check that out. You'll get a gist of this. She's also talking about, unfortunately, that someone or some particular company stole her work, which is not fun, especially for an artist. I purchased this as a download from Teresa Kogut's website. So she talks a little bit about that. So go check that out. If you see a PDF and it's not from her website, it is stolen. So I won't spend too much time on that, but you should go check it out. Go check that out. I think that's important. But this one is beautiful. I'm excited about this, and I'm really excited to stitch this. And all the proceeds from this particular design went to the family of Lincoln. So go check that out. So that one is kitted and ready to go. So now, oh, by the way, this is something here that I absolutely love. The level of your discipline determines the level of your success. Now, I'm reading this backwards, which is why I fumbled a little bit. This is how I see it, but for you guys, I have to turn it this way. Okay, so it is the level of your discipline determines the level of your success. So true. I absolutely love this. I'm very disciplined. I try to be, right? And it does determine how successful I am. This is from Gold Mine & Cocoa. Company is no longer selling products, but I have a lot of their products and I'll be using it probably for years. All right, so here we go. Now, here's my dilemma. I really only wanted to pick 2 more larger samplers, okay? But I love these 3, and I'm not sure which 2 I should select. But I think I've made up my mind just as I was getting ready to come on here. So this one here, Catherine Wallace 1839 from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I made my decision, and I talked about this a few FlossTubes ago, that I wanted to start it, but I did not start it. I took it to a retreat and I did not start it. And I didn't start it because I wanted to really be able to concentrate. I kind of wanted to be able to be in my sort of comfort zone at home when I started it. And for me, when I'm in my comfort zone at home, I make less mistakes. I don't mind making a mistake because I can frog it. But I said to myself, I want to do this one at home. So this one I will be starting, and she is absolutely gorgeous. This was in the All Things Bright and Beautiful box. 2024? Or did I purchase that 2025? Sorry, 2025. I got it this year. Nicola is just amazing. Now, let me give you some of the measurements and things for this one. So I'm going to do it on a 32 count linen. And on a 32 count linen, the design size will be 11.06 by 12.88. So the fabric I need is approximately 17 by 18 inches. So again, I'm using a fat quarter, and a fat quarter is 18 by 27 inches. Yes, 18 by 27 inches, I believe. So I purchased a fat quarter, which I'll show you in a couple of minutes, and I'm going to do it on a 32 count. Now, I started to do it on a higher count, but 32 count is my comfort zone. I don't need a magnifier. I just need readers, and I have no problem with 32 count. Now, I was debating about the linen, but I made my decision. You know what? I have some linen in stash. I've been purchasing linen for I don't know, a year here and there because I wanted to make sure I had what I needed when I started to cross stitch. So I already have something, so I pulled it, and here it is here. This is it here. You see, hopefully that is the, yeah, I think that's the true color that it's showing. I purchased this from 123stitch.com. And as you can see, it's a fat quarter. And it's a platinum, 32 count platinum, Belfast linen. And I like it. I like it. Now, some linen I have is kind of soft. Some has a little bit of a, you know, for me, I call it a structured feel, meaning it has some body to it. I like the linen that has some body to it. So this has some body to it, and I like it. Okay, so that's the linen that I'm going to be using. And I have the DMCs. So I'm going to kit this one. DMCs are here. All right, so I'm going to move that to the side for a second. Now, I was debating on this one here. Now, originally, I'm like, oh, I love her. So I decided, am I going to do another? Let's see if we can get the light off here. Hands Across the Sea sampler. Isn't this one gorgeous? Look at that. I love that. I love it. And at first I was like, it's a little less stitching than the previous one I showed you. But I want to do the previous one. And I don't want to do two Hands Across the Sea samplers for Sampler September. I want to do one. So I've decided that I'm not going to do this one. This will be the next Hands Across the Sea sampler that I do. Maybe this year, maybe going into 2026. Now, here's the thing. In the All Things Bright and Beautiful box, this is from that box as well. I also received this, which is just so gorgeous. And I think that's kind of why I wanted to do this one. Because of the motif here, the parakeet. But you know what? I'm still going to use this. And I'm going to use this one with Catherine Wallace, the one that I just showed you, which is this one here. And Elizabeth Langley, I'll use it again when I'm ready to get her. All right, so I'll put that there. And I'm going to move her, Elizabeth Langley. And let me just give you her specifics. And again, I would want to do her on a 32 count. Like I said, 32 count is my comfort zone. And she's 14.69 by 11.94, which means you need fabric that's 21 inches by 18 inches. Again, a fat quarter will work for this one as well. Oh, let me see the design size. This is 235 stitches by 191 stitches. And the fabric is with a 3-inch margin for finishing and framing. All right. The suggested linen is a Zweigart based linen that's over dyed by Fox and Rabbit to the shade of Eureka. So this one I'm not going to do. I'm going to put this one to the side. Which leaves me with, again, this is another large sampler. Debating. Right now, this one's a winner, but I may pick a smaller sampler because I kind of want to try and do one that I think I can finish in a month or two. This one is large. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is one of the first samplers that I purchased. And this is by Blackbird Designs. And it's called Humming of the Bees. I'm sure most of you out there are like, yes, yes, a Blackbird. I love it. Do it, do it. So I'm still debating this one, but this one right now is a winner. I just want to maybe do a smaller one. So this one, again, I'm going to do one more kit up for Sampler September. Is going to be part 3. This is part 2. So in part 3, you'll see if I select this one. But this one right here, when I purchased it, I also purchased the floss. So let me make sure. Here is a listing of all the flosses. Okay, fancy floss as well as DMC. And that's the actual antique. Now, I purchased the DMC, which is here. So I already have DMC for this one, but I was thinking about getting the fancy floss, but I'm still debating this one. Again, It's either going to be this one or a smaller one. I still think I need to do a smaller one that I can finish. So we'll see in part 3 if I decide to do Humming of the Bees or a smaller sampler. So let's move Humming of the Bees to the side. All right, so now we're going to start to kit up. I'll talk through a little bit and I might speed it up so we're not sitting here all day while I kit up DMC. I just wanted to show, if we have any new stitchers out there, how I go about kitting up. All right, the first thing I try to do is get a cloth to put down that I know is clean, so my floss and my fabric does not get dirty. Now I am in my, what I call lab. This is the Bling Lab. So when I'm in the Bling Lab is where I usually work to kit up things. So here we go. Now let me show you guys what I'm using. I am actually using these floss drops that I received, or I shouldn't say I received, I purchased from Amazon. Didn't pay a lot, may have been like $5. And I think I received about 30, I want to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Maybe 40. I'll link it below. But I got this from Amazon. Anything that comes in some type of packaging, I just love. Because I like for things to be organized. I like to put things away. And I like to put them away and they're nice and neat. So this for me was a winner. Now, let me show you something. I also, as you can see, there's a little piece of tape on these. So I use, let me show you. I use chalkboard labels and I cut them to the size that I need them to be. And I'll tell you why I use them. And again, I got this off of Amazon as well. And I'll link it. It doesn't cost a lot, maybe $4 or $5. And you get a decent sized roll. Comes like this. And I just take one and I use one and I cut 12 little strips of tape so I can put them on the floss drop. And I'll tell you why. They work for me because, as you can see, here's one. Okay. What I do is I cut it, I put the tape on, and then I put a sticker with the DMC number. Now, when I'm ready to take this off, I could just peel off the sticker or I could just peel off the whole piece of chalkboard tape. It comes off very easily and it does not leave residue, which is what I like. Now, and I could take a tweezer and just pull this right off and keep the chalkboard tape on and then slap the new DMC number on. So they work for me, and I use that when I diamond paint as well. So again, this particular chart uses 10 DMC. All right, so I already did the prep work here, so we didn't spend a lot of time. And I usually do the prep work when I'm like reading, or when I say reading, listening to an audiobook, or just having a conversation with family. I could sit down and prep. So here are the colors. Now, 21, I did not have a DMC sticker. And the DMC stickers I purchased from dpwithsparklers.com. That's where I get a lot of my bling for my diamond paintings. And Tina Burney sells the DMC stickers, but you can get those off of Amazon. You can get them anywhere. But I usually buy them when I buy my bling. All right. So 21, there is no 21. So I just pulled a little tab sticker that I had and just put 21 on it and kept it moving. And again, I could just peel that right on off when I'm ready or I'm finished with this particular kit and I want to reuse these. All right, so now, and this comes with the chalkboard labels because it's liquid chalk marker is what it is. And if you want to, I know that's probably hard to say, and if you want to write with this, you can write with this on your tape. Okay, so now I probably will speed this up because I only wanted to be on here for about 30 minutes. I'm trying to keep my videos to 30 minutes. But what I'm going to do is kind of just show you what I did for one. Now, I've already pulled out the DMC. So I will start getting up. Now, what I do That's 21. So I'm gonna move these over. Okay. So now what I do with my DMC is I take off, I always gotta forget which side it is. Maybe this side. I take this off, I find the start of it. Nope, you know what, it's not this side. So I'm gonna hold this side as if I didn't take it off. It's this side here. It's the one that has the start. And I just pull to unravel. Okay, I'll just pull it. This works well for me. And where did I get this from? I got this from Quarter Shop, Kimberly. I think I was watching one of her videos and she showed how she preps her DMC. So that's where I got it from. Fancy floss, very easy. I just put a ring on it, right? Because it has a little card and it has a little hole in it. So I just get a binder ring and put it on. Now there's a little knot here, which I'm not gonna get too crazy. For me, honestly, I will just cut that off. Scissors over here. Let's see, where are they? Here are the scissors that I'm going to be using. This kit, let me just open them. So I'm going to use a new pair of scissors. And I got this from my brick and mortar. Right, tons of scissors, but I like these because they're not expensive and I can get different colors and put it in all of my projects. All right, so I'm just going to open these. I'm just going to cut that little knot off. For me, it's not worth my time trying to unknot it. So now I take it and I straighten it out again because I want to join my ends. Here's one end, so I'm going to join the other end. There it is. So I join those two ends. Doesn't have to be perfect. So now what I do is I go through and I'm prepping. So all I'm doing is straightening it out again because I joined those two ends. Then I'm going to join the ends and continue to join end to end. Okay, so now I'm at the end here and I'm going to join again. Right, I'm just prepping it so it can go on a floss drop. So, similar to how Fancy Floss is already prepped. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Now some people just take it, put it in a floss drop bag, cut as they go, and that's fine, right? I just like to kind of prep mine. Half the fun for me is kitting up. I like kitting up. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Now, depending on the length of thread that you use when you stitch, you might not want to do so many folds. But I use short strands, okay? So this for me is a good length. So now I'm going to put it on my floss drop. Here we go. I'm going to put it here. Okay, and then I want to take my scissors and I'm going to cut. So when I'm ready to pull off, I can pull one thread off, one piece of thread off. It'll come off just like Fancy Floss. So here we go. Straighten that out and do this one first. And then I'll do this one over here. I always like to get that middle. Hopefully I'm in view here. like it's about right here. Some people don't have the patience for this, and that's okay. Do what works for you. This works for me. Here we go. It doesn't have to be perfect, just well enough so you can cut it. All right, so this for me, I'm not gonna go too crazy because I can get kind of crazy trying to straighten it, but it's okay. It's good enough for me. That's good enough. And I have that one more section. It's right there. So let's see. Looks like it's right here. It's this one here. And make sure I thought I had one more. Nope, it's just this one. Look at that. I'm like, everybody's different. So some people cut it before they even put it on to the floss drop. All right, so there we go. So that one is prepped. So I'm going to do the rest. I'm going to speed it up and do the rest. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. I hope you guys was able to see how I prep, and maybe you got some tips. If you have some tips for me, please drop it in the comments. So I'm going to do the last one, and then we are going to wrap up my kitting of KeyRing Holders. Okay, so here we go. Once again, I take off the side that has the DMC number. I hold the other end. I grab the start of the floss and I just pull. Put the scissors out the way. Okay, I just pull. Like I said, everyone has their own method. I got this from Fat Quarter Shop, one of Kimberly's floss tubes, and it works well for me, so I like it. All right. Now I grab both ends. There's one end, and I'm gonna go back through and grab the other end. And I'm kind of straightening as I go, but as you can see, it's still messy, but it works well for me this way. That also gives me an opportunity to see if I have any knots. All right, here we go again. And I'm just pretty much folding. And as I go, I kind of straighten, shake it, straighten. Right, my goal is to not get any knots. And if I do get knots, to work them out. All right. And this is the 10th one because we had 10 colors for KeyRing Holders. Again, that's hands across the sea. And it's KeyRing Holders 1839. And it's from the All Things Bright and Beautiful box. I purchased that this year. It has some wonderful samplers in it. And I have a YouTube where I go through what's in the box. I'll link that one too. All right, here we go. Now, I'm gonna show you guys something. Here we go. Love this color. I put it on, floss drop. Now guys, when I buy my DMC, I get it from Michael's, and I typically get it when it's 30 or 40% off, sometimes even 50% off. I never buy it at full price. Here we go. Now, remember I went through and I was doing all that straightening? You don't even have to do that. Again, I don't spend too much when I buy my floss. And usually what I have is plenty to get the project done. So all I'm doing is kind of straightening it. Get to that end. I know some people are like, no, you're gonna waste a little bit. It's okay. Here we go. That's even quicker. Pardon me. Look at that. That's even quicker than the time I was spending to straighten. All right, so now we have all 10 kitted. Well, I should say on my floss drops. I'm gonna put a cover on my scissors, very important. I'm gonna grab a ring. Here's a ring. Remember, I'm gonna put on this floss drop, and this is a Minnie McBeans needlework. Oh, fripperies. Look at that. That's her Etsy. Her Etsy, Instagram, Facebook. I'll link it. Sorry for the crinkling. Excuse me. Ooh, I got a tickle in my throat. Okay. Open this up. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. I love this. Of course I want to keep that. It's gorgeous. All right. So here's our ring. Now I'm going to put my floss drops in numerical order. That just works for me as I'm going through. Go. All right, now let's get those on. So everyone works different. This works for me. Some people like to put their colors in color order. I like to put mine in numerical order by DNC or whatever the number of the floss is. If I didn't have numbers, I would probably put them in alphabetical order. So there we are. I might want to get a larger ring, but for now, let's see. Now, if I want to do a larger ring, I purchased these, but they're kind of small, but what I do is I combine them. So let's see if this one works better. I got these from Amazon too. Because this one is kind of too small, in my opinion. Now, some people also put a little tag with the name of the project, but I'm not going to do that. I have those tags. They're just not in my bling lab right now. And I am going to put on this floss drop, but let me and I have a tendency sometimes to close these too tight. Then I have to take a wire cutter because I can't get them off. I like that better. And now I'm going to put on my floss drop. My bling for my floss drop. I love it. Look at that. That's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, look at this. I love this. I have to go get some more of her product. This came in the All Things Bright and Beautiful box. And this little tag here says made with love. It has a beautiful red heart, All Things Bright and Beautiful. The box is red, so that's fitting. And it has this gorgeous blue charm. And this is like a gold charm. Oh, I love it. Oh, and look at the little parakeet. Oh, it's gorgeous. So there we are. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bag. Here is my linen. Pull that off. I'm going to keep that because I love that. You guys see the linen with the colors. Beautiful that is. Oh, those colors are gorgeous. Okay, and I'm actually going to put this in a strawberry bag because I love this border and it just reminds me of strawberries. This does. So this is again Catherine Wallace 1839. Catherine sampler has been reproduced by Sandra Moffat and lovingly stitched by Nicola from Hands Across the Sea. At the very core of Hands Across the Sea samplers, there is a team of needleworkers who are passionate about antique samplers and being able to share those samplers with you. Gorgeous. I love it. Let me just see how old Catherine Wallace was. It always amazes me of how old these girls are when they stitch. Let's see. She was born in November 2nd, 1826. Let's see, how old was she when she stitched this? She was 12 years old. Really, 12 years old. Imagine. Oh, look at this. Look at this sampler. So I'm going to put that in this bag here. And it is by DotDot Goose. And look how gorgeous this bag is. Oh, it is so cute. It is so cute. Look at this. Her bags are amazing. They really are amazing. And I love having the clear front. So when I put the project in it, I can see it. I love it. So I'm going to put this in. So we have another one that's kitted and ready for September. Now I stitch using my iPad, so I will make a copy of this and put the copy here so I don't mess up the book. I'm gonna put the book back into the All Things Bright and Beautiful box, and I'll make a copy and I'll put that in here. And I'll also have a copy of the actual chart just in case my iPad dies or for some reason I forget it. I'll always have a copy in here and I can work off the paper copy. I'm going to be using a Nurge hoop. Here's the one that I'm going to use. Put that in. And the cover minder I'm going to use is this one here, or I should say needle minder. It's from Nessa's Needle Minders, and I purchased this last year from the Lone Star Retreat in Texas. And I'll be going to the Lone Star Retreat in a couple of weeks. Actually a little over 3.5 weeks into September. So I'm just going to throw that in here for now. And I'm going to throw some of these in if I needed to hold my fabric back. And I'm actually going to throw in some needles with some counting pins. And there we are. That is all kitted up. Oh, can't forget about my scissors. Now what I don't have in this bag is a thread bed, and I may put that in later. Okay, so right now, Catherine Wallace, 1839, and I have my Teresa Kogut, Hope and Love. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed. There will be one more kit up for my third project for Sampler September. And again, remember, it's Humming of the Bees or a smaller one, but we'll see. We'll see. So thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.